I know. How bright that is. Looks like lemonade now. Have a log jam. You all must go join the party. Please. Rinse the last few back in there. These two lovely cherry juice. Let's give it a swirl. It's going to change colors. Now to get that yeast fired up again. That's going to be so yummy. Good antioxidants. If you watch, you can kind of start to see it's kind of producing this upwelling. So you can see there's some that are falling down and then they circle back up because they rise the bubbles to the middle, and so you get this kind of flow. Comes all the way around. Here we go. There's another little piece of cherry. Eventually all of that will sink. And it's being digested right now. By going and mulching up the cherries like I did, even though it seemed like all the processes failed, this is going to work out pretty good. I think I'm going to take that, look at that, isn't that cool? Like, watch it. I just love this kind of stuff. It's definitely alive. I added about 2 cups of sugar. And kind of really, this is almost going to give it a second proof. Not a second proof like 1.5, because this is going to add a little bit of red color, which is what I wanted. I'm calling this my fruit cocktail. Get it? Basically, I cleaned out the freezer, and these are the juices that I had left in there. Let's see what our temperature looks like now. Yeah. 81. I've been keeping the house cool, and I realized that I think it was just a little bit too cool in here last night for it. So I got out a heating pad. There is an optimal temperature for alcohol. I forget, I think it's like 83 to 87-ish, 93, something like that. You don't want to kill the yeast with too much heat, but you don't want it to proof too quickly either and burn through the sugar. That's why this is often done in the fall when you have better control of high temperature. But in the advent of air conditioning and heat pumps, and really more of Deb opens the house at night so it cools off and traps that cold during the day. Keeps the house pretty steady. So it does actually get a little bit too cool for brewing in my house. But I still can do it. Fruit cocktail. I love it. Yeah, it's definitely alive. It's like in that new food. There was a little crack in the bottom of the stem on that first port, so I put a new one on there with some fresh sanitizer inside. So the general principle is to keep wild yeast out of your brew is the concept here. So you want to keep it covered. You don't want oxygen going in as much as possible. And that's why I'd rather just swirl it by hand than open it up and go in there with a spatula and give it a stir. It has to get stirred and agitated to prevent the yeast from solidifying on the floor. But every time you open the port, put a spoon in there, you're kind of screwing up what your process is. That's mash. Cool. Fruit cocktail at DiveGirl Deb's house. Yummy.